Vietnam is famous for its amazing people, culture, landscape, cuisine, and so much more. In this video, I will interview many foreigners to see if they actually like Vietnam. How long have you guys been in Vietnam?
1 week now. We stay here 3 weeks.
We live in Vietnam, in Da Nang City, 2 months, I think.
You two live in Da Nang City?
Yeah.
Oh,
About a week.
For 4 days.
This is my 5th time.
oh, your fifth time?
Yes.
1 week. 5-6 days
Yeah,
now.
six-
Yes.
Certainly.
So far, what's your favorite food in Vietnam?
My preferred is the po. Po. I like po.
Phở.
Po.
Phở.
Po. The soup.
The soup
Yeah.
in Hanoi.
Yeah, in Hanoi.
The phở.
Yeah, I like very much. Very much.
Spring rolls.
Bún chả.
Bún bò Huế. Bún đậu mắm tôm.
Phở gà.
The white rolls.
Bún thịt nướng.
Bún thịt.
I like banh mi.
Banh mi.
Yeah.
Omelette,
Omelette
with rice.
fried with the
shrimps.
rice and shrimps and the
Fried
vegetable
rice?
inside.
No, it's not fried rice. Well, this one.
Oh,
What's the name?
it's pancake.
Okay,
Yeah.
pancake, not
Pancake.
omelette.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right.
So it's called bánh khoai.
Bang.
Khoai.
Quite. Okay.
I think the north, the center, and the south have different culture, different tradition,
Yes.
different food also, different variations on the food. I like all in different ways. I have very deep respect for Vietnam. I think it's a beautiful country.
So what's your favorite coffee in Vietnam?
It's just Vietnamese iced coffee.
Vietnamese coffee black.
I like the black coffee.
Black hot coffee because we are Italian, so we drink hot coffee.
No,
So no egg coffee, salt coffee?
No.
It's salted coffee.
Salt coffee.
We just had the salted coffee. I loved it. She
No,
didn't like
I
it.
didn't like it. It was weird, to have like the salt in the coffee. For me, it's more sweet.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I've loved coconut coffee.
Yeah, I think coconut coffee would be my top pick.
Coconut coffee.
Coconut coffee.
Oh.
I love it. First time I tasted the with, I guess it was ice cream coconut inside the coffee. So it was a big glass, very fresh. It was really, really good.
I want to bring home some coffee from here.
Vietnamese coffee is great. Little bit sour. I like it. It's not like a usual coffee in cappuccino. It's in other countries. Vietnamese sort of coffee, type of coffee, it's some special.
I don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
I don't like Vietnamese coffee. Vietnamese coffee is unusual for me.
To be honest, I don't drink coffee
Oh.
It's
because
okay.
I can't take the caffeine. Yeah, that's why. What do you like about Vietnam?
I like all the motorbikes around. I like that you can
Oh,
just walk into pretty much any restaurant and have a really nice meal. It's very relaxed.
I think it's the most beautiful country I've ever been to.
I agree. I think everyone's been very nice and helped me find vegan food, which has been great.
Well, I think the most important things or the feeling here is about the persons. Persons are very smiling, very kind. I like it very, very much.
The people.
People.
Yeah. Lovely and very kind. So it's
Looks so happy, so smiling,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
friendly.
So friendly.
oh,
We like Vietnam. It's different from Thailand because here people most close to Russians. Not smile every time like Thai, Vietnamese just work and help you anytime.
It's probably the people are very fierce. I like the fact that they beat the Americans at the war. They kicked out the French. They're very proud. And they tell you every day that we beat the Americans, the most powerful country in the world. Of course, it costed a huge amount of lives and it's a very violent war, but I think I respect their spirit. It's quite indomitable. Like you can't break the Vietnamese people. They fought against the Chinese, then the French, then the Americans, and then they won. So it's
we do.
yes. So I respect them. Big respect.
I have a personal opinion about it, and it's the history, the tradition, and for me, it's something that it's much more related to, let's say, an entire continent, which is Asia for me. The idea of Asia, and here you can smell it, you can see it everywhere. Like watch as a European visitor, you think about Asia. So for me, when I was coming here, I was thinking, I'm looking forward to see something that it's really strange to my eyes, tastes really something really different from what I usually eat. Like, I don't know, we eat, everybody knows pasta and whatever. Here you eat a bunch of other stuff that
Yes,
I've
yes.
never tasted. So
Yes.
that for me was the
So
most amazing
different
thing.
city also have like different
Exactly.
food. Yeah, so that's a lot to try.
The architecture that is very different, like our architecture. So
Oh, yes.
it's very fascinating.
Yes.
The culture is fantastic. Very, very different to New Zealand.
I love the food. All the people seem really friendly.
It's beautiful nature.
Yeah, I love that as
People
well.
are very nice also. Food.
For me, I like nature of Vietnam because it's very beautiful. I like people, food, cool atmosphere in Vietnam.
That's nice. What do you not like so far about Vietnam?
No,
I don't
I
know.
can say nothing.
Oh, the drive.
The traffic and the noise.
I don't like traffic.
Beep, beep, beep of the scooter. Trying to cross the road's pretty scary.
Oh yeah. Personally, I like drive bike, I like drive car, but not in Vietnam. In Vietnam, I just every time.
It's very, very important.
Can you cross the road now?
Yes, now we are learning. To.
I mean, it's very hot. Yeah, it's super hot.
Hot.
It's very hot.
I mean, we are dying. We're struggling with the temperature.
Have you faced any scam or something like that?
So many.
Probably.
So many. For as far as we know, at least 12.
No, but biggest one, I had a 500,000
Vietnam dong, yeah.
bill, yeah. And then I gave it to a man, and he gave me change. I'm so angry about this. He gave me a change, and then he said, "No, you didn't give it to me." And I was like, "Yes, I gave it to you." And he was like, "No," and I was like, "Yes, no, yes." And then I didn't know, and then I gave it another one, gave him another one. So we got scammed 20 euros, no? 20 euros.
Yeah, like 20 euros. Yeah.
I see.
And
that's
now
so-
every time we give some money to somebody, we are shouting it out loud, you know? Like I'm just like,
I'm
okay,
giving you
20k, Maria, 20k, I'm giving it to you.
I see.
It's the same as people are very indomitable, but it's also, I think, people carry a generational, not anger, but maybe some generational trauma from the war, and I think it still shows sometimes in the way people relate to each other. But I think it's going to go away with the next generation, and it's part of the trauma of history.
So will you come back Vietnam? For
Of course.
I would like to try in the other season, in winter time.
Oh
and,
yeah, really?
Just to see the difference of the natures and all
Yes.
these things.
Probably not for the next trip. I think it'll probably be a long time before I come back to Vietnam again. But that's not anything about Vietnam. There's just a lot of places I haven't been that I want to go to.
It's far. It's a lot of traveling from the U.S.
Yeah,
Very
yes.
far.
Oh, I hope yes, because during this trip we will not visit the south of the country. So maybe next time we will visit Ho Chi Minh City and the Mekong Delta, and maybe
Maybe in another season.
in another season.
In another
Yeah.
season.
Yes, maybe the southeast part of Vietnam. So
Yes.
I've seen a lot of images, really, really cool places.
Yeah, Jim,
Yeah,
we
I
were talking
think-
about that.
Yeah, there's a few places that we'd like to spend more time, and I think Nha Trang was one of them. I think we'd like to do a bit more time in Hoi An, and we really briefly went up to Sun World.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah,
The
totally.
Banana Hill in Da Nang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we only had like maybe 3 hours. So like we'd
I
like
see.
to spend a lot of time there.
If you want like to choose a place to become like an expert to like living, will you choose Vietnam?
Da Nang, of course.
Da Nang.
It's green city. It's most green cities than in other places in Vietnam. I see a lot of trees, green around me, but in Da Nang, perfect climate, perfect people, perfect traffic. It's slow traffic.
Wow.
And sea.
As a Vietnamese, I know our country needs to get better in many ways. But I can say for sure that coming to Vietnam will be a worthwhile experience. Until then, follow, subscribe, like, comment for more interesting stories about Vietnam. Đi mà! Đi Vietnam! Gracias.
Grazie.
Gracias.
Bye.